Ah. Okay, guys. This will just be a short video intro to the F-45A, new aircraft just added to VTOL VR. It's still on, only on the public testing branch, and it's not complete. There are some missing features, but it's still pretty fun and pretty interesting. So it's stealthy single-engine VTOL STOVL. Estel. Capable aircraft, internal bays. External hardpoints also, although that will affect your stealth. So go ahead and check and see the custom scenarios they've got there. I've actually just released 2 versions of my old free flights for the desert map and then just for the regular island map. So if you want them, grab them from Discord under Mission Editor. There's no other place to really distribute them right now very easily. But yeah, you can just fly around with those and learn the aircraft's capabilities. So the only mission that came with the release just for now is just a test mission, F-45A test, open-ended test scenario. So I haven't played with this one at all. I've only just tested the missions that I released just to make sure that they work so people could have some variation and a little bit of fun. So we're going to go ahead and check out this test mission and then we'll play with the aircraft. So right here you can see the setup for the aircraft, same setup over here. Very pretty. It's a very small compared to the F-26B. I don't know if there's one back there. Yeah, there's one right there. This thing is almost half the size. So we'll go ahead and load it out. Now, one of the things that you notice, there are pylons on the outside that if you load, you can load missiles on the outside, and you see now that it's added, and it's added under the wing, and that affects stealth. So if you don't want to be detected, you want to remove all that stuff, or at least if you want to have more stealth. Now, I'm going to remove all of them because I'm just playing with it right now, but there are limited options compared to the F-26. So we're going to remove this guy. So I'm going to only load the internal bays. I'm going to load the cannon. You can see it just kind of pops up on the outside there, I guess. I don't know if that affects stealth or not. So we'll get 2 AIM-120s, which generally don't work for me. 2 more AIM-120s internally. 2 AIM-9s internally. And 2 more AIM-9s internally. So I'm just going to go with an internal loadout. I'm kind of curious about what that looks like up on top of there. And if I get rid of the cannon, is that going to affect my stealth? I still have a little lump up there, so there's still a bump. So I think I can still have the cannon with stealth. Okay. Alright, so we'll go ahead and launch and just test this out. It looks like this is the coastal map. And is the latest map that's added towards the end of the Desert Cobra campaign. Okay, so we're starting out on the runway. Basically, the first thing you notice is glass cockpit now. Oh, good. I have support up there. All right, so the same general controls, a little bit different, simpler over here. I think they're going to add comms and stuff like that either in here or up here, but right now they're not there. So right now on the left-hand side, we've got landing lights, strobe lights, nav lights, formation lights, which is a little different from before. And I guess that's for being a stealth aircraft in particular. I don't know, maybe somebody can tell me. Fuel port for refueling. I don't even know where that is. Wings will fold up and down for carrier and launch bar. Gears right there. So we'll go ahead and start up, turn on the main battery, the APU going, and we'll turn on the HMD. So it's right up here. Right now there's no visor control yet, so I have to believe that that's coming. And then MFD, and I hate when I do that. Sometimes I just grab that darn thing. Alright, so we'll just restart the mission. I am dangerous in aircraft with ejection seats and touch controls. Alright, here we go again. Main battery on, we'll get our HMD on, and again, no visor, so we only have limited view. Now the cool thing here is we've got we can really configure this a lot of different ways. So each one of these 4 panels has can be almost anything. So if I want on my left hand side, because I usually have RWR up here, I can have it right there. And if I want to swap it, I put it right there, and I say I also want to have my game controls over here so I can recenter, and then also want to have my, let's say, my objectives over here. So I'm going to have RWR up and then have the game menu up. Or, yeah, and so that's what I'll do that for now. And then on this side, this is kind of new, this TSD, I don't know enough about it. You can adjust the scale on it. I was able to earlier. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4 settings. And you can also set it as sensor of interest and then move your cursor around and select things on there, and you see something selected, but it's got crosses through it because it's a friendly. And I don't yet know how to unselect other than clicking blank here. But I do know that if you select something there, and it's also on your radar, it will automatically lock radar on the enemy that you selected. So that's kind of neat. I'm going to set up my radar here, this here, and actually instead of game menu, I'm going to set my nav right here. So I've got nav, and I can do all the things you can do on the regular nav. And basically everything is a touch button. So I don't know if, yeah, there is an RTB, there's no objective in this mission, right? Yeah, no missions. So put the nav back up there. And then on this side, oh, I guess I always forget SCAM. So let's see if we can find the SCAM. So that's the GPS groups. We don't want that. SCAM, there we are. So let us preview it. And start. And so I guess we'll do fly along today and see how that goes. Turn off preview. So hopefully on my other screen on the left hand side you'll be able to see something pretty cool. And now we've got spectator cam over here. The other thing that I usually have over here is my TGP. But I don't have a TGP. Oh, no, that's TSD. I'm still getting used to the new terminology. So the EO targeting. I don't know enough about this, but it's a lot like the TGP. I can toggle it as sensor of interest. I can move it all around just like normal and zoom in and out. The other thing I've been able to do is when I've got this guy set and I toggle something, I was somehow able to get it over to here, but I'm not sure how I did that now. So I'm still figuring it all out. I was able to get I couldn't acquire it. It was changing the mode? No. Yeah, so I'm still figuring it all out. I'm not quite sure yet. Because I would like that to just jump to whatever I've selected in here. Oh, here it is. Here's the button, EOTS. So it's in here. I can send this, and now it's acquired the target that I'd selected over here, which is kind of cool. I still have to grab this with SOI and attach it, so that is something. Ooh, okay, that's not good. So I guess I better get off the ground. Let's get my engine started. So I have no idea about this mission. So I've got 2 targets here. And I guess they're over there, so I guess I better get going. Okay, so we've got our engine up. Oh, I didn't turn on any of my lights. Alright, let's get taxiing. I'm not going to bother calling for clearance. Parking brake off. Oh, looks like somebody is shooting over there. And I think right here is going to be, you know, like a legacy steam gauge or ILS approach gauge. Get off the ground. I should be pretty stealthy right now, and if I turn off my radar, I should be extremely stealthy. So yes, this thing has VTOL function, but I'm going to just take it off the ground. You can see the tilt in the upper left-hand corner. Unfortunately, by default, right now there's a little bug that always shows it at 90 degrees to start, but it should be horizontal. Alright, so we're off the ground, landing gear up. That's a loud landing gear, right? Oh, okay, so somebody's got me. Somebody's pinging me right now. It's got me on active radar. And this is when I wish I had my full visor. Is that a missile there? So let's go ahead and arm our missiles. Here we are. I'm aim 9 here, but I'm going to wait until I'm on his tail. There's another one right there. That's not good. This thing seems to like to stall pretty quickly here. Right out here. Here we are. Got a lock there. Lock 2. That was probably not good to do while I was rolling. Let's turn off all our lights. That's exactly why they can see me, because I'm all right. Splash. Where's that other guy? Maybe one of the Sams got him or something. So I do not know what this, which objective this was. This was the objective waypoint or the RTB waypoint? I guess that's the RTB waypoint. I don't see any other. So we got some missiles coming in. Where's that coming from? Okay, so there are a couple fighters up over here, and we've got a carrier right there. So, kind of interesting how different this is. So I've got like 3 different screens. If I want to use my AIM-120s, obviously I've got to use my radar, right? So let's see what the distance is to this guy. Bearing 309, range 17 miles, 10K. Alright, so, I think, Alright, so was he knocked out? Do I have any wingmen? I have no wingmen. Okay. Anything else I need up here? Oh, so it's kind of a different screen for the equipment screen. Right now there's no jettison ability to jettison weight. So what is my RWR saying? What am I seeing? Okay, so I've got long range over here. Maybe we'll go on a check over there. Oh, that's what's missing. There's no ARAD. Oh, I guess that's the carrier. Oh no, that looks like the carrier right there. Okay, so we got a fighter that just popped up over there. Good speed. It's doing 541 military thrust. Can't tell. I guess there's a That's in the city there. And at some point we got to do the VTOL ability. I did it earlier, and actually very fly-by-wire right now. It's pretty smooth, hard to screw it up, but I did find myself sinking quite a bit, and I wasn't that, overweight. I do like this, that I've got both sets of fuel gauges up here. I'm not sure what this is, if this is going to be more warnings, like landing gear warnings and stuff. We've got the master caution switch right here. Oh, this big swaps, I'm not quite sure why this is here, but basically it just takes your two screens from this side and moves them over here. I guess you can do that if you want to keep one hand on the stick. Yeah. Turn our radar on, see if we can find that guy. Yeah, he's pretty far away. There's nothing here. Yeah, people were complaining that at least right now there's no mute for the RWR, and I don't think you can turn it off. Yeah, you can't turn it off, even if you got rid of it there. And so the other thing about radar right now is you can't set it as sensor of interest. And I don't, yeah, you can't yet change the scan angle. Where that guy is. I mean, I'm pretty low though too. See, it's right up there, so it might be pretty far away. So I guess I'd like to kill him, and then I'd like to do some some VTOL work. I'm probably just orbiting up there. So I'm broadcasting my radar, so I should be detectable now. Nobody's been messing with me. How does the spectator cam look, guys? I preview it? Oh, yeah, looks pretty good. Okay. I'm just going to take off and let somebody shoot at me. It's funny, we have an external tank thing. I don't remember seeing options for external tanks, but maybe they were there. Coming up on 10,000. I'm going to blow past 10,000. Come on, somebody shoot at me, I dare you. We got some good speed going now. I don't have that fighter. And it could be they are having a hard time detecting me. But I mean, there's no real good range on here, so. So yeah, behind the seat, there's nothing special. Got this guy right here running down the cockpit. We've got our handles for a carrier takeoff. Guess I need to do some VTOL stuff. Boy, I gotta fly a ways away. Okay, there they are. There they are. So, I guess the AWACS has them, even if I don't have them. Alright, so someone is looking at me. Over there. There he is. See it? And now we've got incoming here. There we are. So. Alright. Where's that guy? There he is. Alright, Fox 3. Oh, I think I did it twice because there's a delay with, oh boy. don't know where that one came from. Yep, there are the two AIM-120s. That was just not smart. Oh, there it is. Fox 2. Get him. Yeah, okay. Oh, where did that come from? Did it get me? Am I down? Still have a wing? I think the thing's still flyable. Okay. Did I lose anything? Oh, that's what happened. Quit blowing on me! Stop it! Ah! Oh, there we go. I'm dead. And it's all because my daughter was distracting me while I'm in a dogfight. Being silly. And there goes my plane. So I gotta look at the video on that. I kind of felt like I might have lost parts of my wings when that missile hit. Okay, so let's do a quick restart and play with the VTOL, and then we will jet. So do a quick power up here. TSD, UTS. Oh, I guess I need the S-cam set up. Start. Yeah, S-cam is not working the same in that it didn't restart. That's okay. Okay, engine up. And then let's get our nav up over here too. Okay, so we are not in a hangar, so we can do a vertical takeoff. Engine started, APU off. I know, I'm always supposed to turn on the lights before I do that. So we're going to go ahead and tilt our engines to 90 degrees. And we should have enough thrust to take off, so brake lock. Alright, let's see what this thing can do. Okay, so I've got full thrust now. And notice it doesn't use afterburner in this. If I can rudder left, it's got to stay. And it's using my pedals, and then stop. Just gotta watch my pitch. Okay, so that's now I had up positive 10. Now I've dropped to what, 80% thrust, and I'm dropping. I'm sinking here. So let's give it to 100% thrust again. And boy, yeah, it's like, I mean, I guess I must be heavy. Good thing I got my gear down still. So, yeah, and that's kind of interesting. I can do the tilt. What happens if I turn around? It doesn't quite have the same VTOL where it's pointing in the direction that you're actually moving. That's pretty cool though. So now let's see if we can do a full thrust. I'm going to tilt forward, go right into afterburner, and see how this thing does. Can I do it? Can I do it? Nope, 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 nope. So I guess I need more forward momentum. There's no flaps yet, so. All right, I want to call it quits for the night. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Nice little preview to the F-45 with more to come.